So I feel like I have to explain myself with this film. I recently got a Limitless card, which basically allows me to go and see as many films as I want, and you pay something like £200 and you just can get unlimited movies. So I've been going to see pretty much everything, and this is a film I normally would never ever see in the cinema, and for good reason too. This is Pitch Perfect 3. So I think it's pretty clear that I'm going to have some problems with Pitch Perfect 3, and the funny thing is, I actually quite like Pitch Perfect 1, and Pitch Perfect 2 is a bit but Pitch Perfect 3 is god awful, and I hate it. Very rare that I actually just flat out don't like a movie, but Pitch Perfect 3 managed to do that. And I sat there like, I don't want to be here, I'm going to leave, I've got a free ticket, I could. But I just, it's kind of against my principles to just walk out on a movie. I need to sit there and find out what happens, and the movie opens with a boat exploding like some kind of action movie. What has that got to do with a cappella? And I know that they explain it as the story goes on, but are you just trying to make these more exciting and stuff? Because the original Pitch Perfect was really good and I really liked it. All these people are like, was it high school, college, university? I don't know, America confuses me. And they were just in a cappella group, and they did their a cappella competition, and that was it. Second one got a bit weird, and this one went completely off the whatever you want to call it, jump the shark. Did they jump a shark in this? Well, they're on a boat, I guess. I don't think I'm going to have much of a problem spoiling this film, because I just don't like it that much, and it's been out for quite a while already, and I'm going to literally say don't bother going to see it, even if you can or you want to, just don't. So the thing about the boat exploding at the beginning, like some kind of bad action movie, in fact, it looked better than Baywatch's like CGI for the same kind of thing. That was an interesting thing I noticed straight away. It looked a bit better than Baywatch. Anyway, let's get back to it. It turns out that this boat belongs to Fat Amy's dad, and Fat Amy's dad is a gangster, and Fat Amy's actually got like $200 million in the bank, and where did this come from? Fat Amy was just Fat Amy, and that was all she needed to be, and she did her little funny thing, but nope, now she's the daughter of a criminal mastermind, and he's trying to kill all her friends, but it's bad. It's really bad, and I wasted 2 hours of my life watching it. Do not watch it. How many times do I have to say this? I really hate it. The songs were even rubbish. I didn't enjoy. There was one moment that I liked, like song-wise, and that was kind of the new version of the riff off, and it also really bugged me at the same time. So if you don't know, the riff off is kind of this competition that the a cappella groups do with each other, and they're normally these really good moments. In the first film, it was my favourite moment of that film, and in this film, I guess it kind of has that, but at the same time I hate it. The a cappella group are competing against other bands, and for some reason they don't realise that they're an a cappella group in a band competition, and they're going around complaining that, oh, they're using instruments. I'm like, yes, and you're not, because you're not the one that's meant to be here, you idiots. So you can't like say, oh, you're disqualified for using instruments when it's a band competition, not an a cappella competition. Who wrote this? That doesn't make any sense, and it just makes all of like the main characters come across as idiots. And I don't know if that's intentional, but I don't want my main characters to be idiots, and it just makes them look like it, and I don't understand why. I'm really going off on one of this film, but sometimes just ranting about something like this is good. And anyway, the best part of this riff-off was when the other bands were actually doing it, like when they were playing their instruments, and the a cappella group were just there like, you're disqualified, you're not doing it right, and like they're all just singing together, and I'm like, they're having a good time. You're acting like a load of bitches. Sorry, I had to say it. I don't like the main characters. Another thing that I find really weird is in the second film, they kind of set it up where they'd either be making their own a cappella songs with the new member of their group. Oh, I can't remember her name. I don't really remember any of the names apart from Becca. Is that her name? That is her name. Becca and Fat Amy. The only ones I remember. Anyway, yeah, they set that up, and then I believe it's in the first film they set up that they do like mashups of loads of songs, and I was like, yeah, this stuff is really cool. This film, none of that. No originals, just not even any mashups. They just do regular old songs, and I'm like, isn't doing that stuff what made the Bellas really popular and made them successful, and you've just left it behind? I don't know whether it's got like different songwriters or if someone just different wrote the film, but it's weird. It feels like a step back, and it's just really weird. This is really, really annoying me just talking about this film, and I don't even know what's left to say about it. Like, the jokes weren't funny. One of the first jokes in the entire film was a period joke that wasn't even funny. Now, I'm not saying period jokes themselves can't be funny, because that's kind of each to their own, and sometimes they can be funny. But not when it's just some woman turning around going, oh, she's on her period, she's in a grump. I'm like, that's not a joke. That's just rude. It's bad. Don't go see Pitch Perfect 3. I'm ending the review now because I don't want to talk about that piece of shit anymore.